Hi, Preston Sandlin here with Home Inspection Carolina. And yes, I am wearing my Carolina sweatshirt today. It's during March Madness when this is going on, and I'm a Carolina fan. Please don't hold that against me, and I won't hold it against you if you're a Duke fan. Anyway, today I want to talk about aluminum wiring. I've talked about it some in the past, but when we talk about aluminum wiring with problems with home inspections, we're usually talking about single strand aluminum wiring, which, not the multi-strand. See, these are singular strand. This was used during the Vietnam War era because of the escalating cost of copper at that time. So roughly between 1965 to 1973. So the problem with aluminum wiring, or aluminum period, versus copper is it's a softer metal, and there's certain properties that make it softer, and it has a higher resistance to electricity, which is not good. So it can cause it to malform, become loose, that sort of thing. Also at the connections, when you put the screw in, if it's tight, the metal's malleable. It's a lot softer than copper. So what happens is, as you have electric current running through this, there is potential for it to expand or become loose because of that malleability and softness and resistance, especially at the connections. And there have been fires associated with it. There's different studies sometimes say that there's a 55% more chance that a house with aluminum single strand wiring that hasn't had some repairs done to it is 55 more times more likely to catch on fire. I don't want to say for sure. There's so many different studies. But the important part to remember is it's the property of the aluminum in its single strand that we're talking about. Now, suppose you're interested in a house that was built during that era. It turns out that it does have aluminum wiring, single strand. What to do? Well, you could rewire the whole house, and that would absolutely fix it. With copper, that's going to be pretty expensive. There are three known types of, I don't want to get too specific because that would be a whole nother video, but basically a type of pigtailing or amp that makes this crimper, and it's at the connections because that's where the problem is. Where basically you're going to connect the aluminum to copper with a crimper so that it's copper at the actual connection, or so that it doesn't expand as much. I would recommend you consult an electrician. But the important thing to know, there are workarounds if you have aluminum wiring. Another thing to know is, check with your insurance company. Some insurance companies are a little funny about insuring a house with aluminum wiring, single strand again. So if you are considering a home built during that time period and it has aluminum wiring, two people that you definitely need to talk to are a licensed electrician, see what your options are, and then also your insurance company to make sure you're going to be able to get the house insured, and maybe with the fix that the electrician can come up with, that might be a go. And every year house has something. I mean, almost this Vietnam era, you're dealing with aluminum wiring. During the 80s, there's polybutylene piping. But usually there is a fix and there's a workaround, but consult an electrician and consult your insurance company. This has been Preston Sandlin with Home Inspection Carolina. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.